I want to welcome all the Yerba Buena stockholders and employees to this progress meeting to evaluate the upcoming future opportunities for Yerba Buena. And given the unprecedented construction market that we are in right now, whether Yerba Buena should scale to the times. As you know, never has there been such a construction market as today. I want to show you some slides behind us, and they're going to help evaluate what the market is right now, what our position is, and whether we should be scaling as an organization to the next level. Well, currently, Yerba Buena has a significant backlog. I want to share with you where our backlog is. And this is signed contracts today, how much they are. Currently, Yerba Buena has $29.9 million in backlog, contracts signed over the next 2 years. Of that work, 4.8 million of it is through JOC contracts or as needed contracts. With San Francisco Public Works, we have 5.5 million in contracts. With San Francisco Municipal Transportation Association, we have 6.5 million in signed contracts. We currently have 4.5 million in emergency work with Caltrans. This county of San Mateo, we currently have 3.1 million in signed contracts. And lastly, Santa Clara County, we have a half a million in signed contracts, bringing in our market share, Yerba Buena, to $29.9 million. Where do we go from there? Is that a place we want to be? Well, I think we realize that we have our small niche, our market that we're comfortable working in and have been comfortable and have had great success in meeting our financial projections and meeting where we want to be as a company as far as return on investment and our revenue stream. However, it's important to know that there's currently opportunities with current clients and programs within those clients that we are not pursuing and have not pursued. So it's important that you understand where we are as a company and where we could be, and more importantly, should we be there? So having said that, let's go into this next slide. It says there is currently an untapped market, currently not being pursued. These clients all have 10-year capital programs. San Francisco PUC has 4 programs. Wastewater Enterprise has $5.5 billion worth of work in the next 10 years. Water Enterprise has $1.4 billion in upcoming opportunities. Hetch Hetchy Water, just under $1 billion of contract opportunities. And Hetch Hetchy Power, $130 million in contract opportunities. We currently do not work with these programs, even though they are clients. We do not work with those programs. Conversely, San Francisco Public Works, their safety program, public safety program, has $1.6 billion worth of opportunities in the next 10 years. Infrastructure and streets, which is our bread and butter, however, we don't work directly under these programs, is $9.5 billion in the next 10 years. Rex and Park, an organization we do a lot of work for, there is a projection of $655 million worth of opportunities soon to come over the next 10 years. Where does that put us? Again, additional markets that we are currently not pursuing with 10-year programs. MTA, there is $13.8 billion worth of opportunities coming in the next 10 years. San Francisco's replacement to San Francisco redevelopment, the Economic and Neighborhood Development Program, has $4.2 billion worth of opportunity. And lastly, Health and Human Services has $1.7 billion worth of opportunities. Overall, in general, just on these programs alone, we've been able to identify $39 billion worth of opportunities over the next 10 years. Now, if you do simple math, that puts the annual revenue stream of opportunities at $3.9 billion annually. for the next 10 years for the construction market in San Francisco only. Who are our current competitors and how do we stack up with those competitors? Well, it's important for everyone to understand who our competitors are and where we match up with them. Currently, the city of San Francisco has a micro LBE program, so local business enterprise threshold. So companies that do less than $10 million a year, their 3-year average, $30 million over a 3-year average, they qualify for micro business status. The status we are currently in, based on the 3 years prior to 2016, is the LBE threshold, which is a $20 million threshold over the course of 3 years. There is an LBE threshold, an SBAS threshold. However, that threshold, there is no dollar threshold. So we currently are in this realm. Of those businesses that we compete with, in 2017, there were 1,115 micro small businesses. In San Francisco LBEs, there were 181 local businesses, just considered small. We are in that category. Then there's San Francisco SBAs, people that have grown out of the size standard. There are 46 of them. What is their opportunities? Well, the bid discount for micro is 10%. The bid discount for San Francisco local business is 10%. The discount for small business in San Francisco is 2%. What does that mean for us in general, giving you all those numbers? Well, San Francisco has set certain small business goals. One of the most aggressive small business goals that actually have teeth in the nation. In other words, if the goals are not met, you will not get the contract. So it's very rare in San Francisco, as you know, for any contract to be awarded without having met the small business goals of the city and county of San Francisco. So currently, the mayor, and through his small business program, has mandated the following percentages for small business opportunities. Micro small business is at 5%. Local business enterprise is at 25%. There is no SBA, and then obviously there is nothing for unrestricted contractors. What does that mean in dollars or percentages or projections? Well, as we currently spoke about, with $39 billion worth of opportunity, $3.9 billion annually at 5% from micro LBEs would be $198 million worth of opportunity restricted to San Francisco micro business enterprise. San Francisco local business enterprises with a 25% based on the annual budget for construction would be $991 million worth of opportunity. There is no allocation for SBAs, and the remaining dollars, which is shared between SBAs and unrestricted, would be $2.77 billion worth of opportunities. A significant pie to be shared through many different facets. Yerba Buena currently is certified as a San Francisco local business enterprise based on our tax years of 2013, 14, and 15. However, just having received our taxes, we now have a 3-year average of $6.88 million over the last 3 years. Hence, we are now eligible to certify as a micro threshold, the micro business threshold of $10 million per year. In addition to that, since our sales have reduced, we are now in a position to qualify for state certification, and that threshold is also $10 million per year. Where is the help? As you know, as we build our capacity, we need more people to work for us. And how does that affect us? Can we grow our backlog without hiring people? The answer simply is no. We need more people, more trained people, more qualified people. In addition to that, we also need to remember that there is a local hire ordinance that mandates that 30% of our employees come from San Francisco. Whether they're qualified or not, you must hire 30% local employees in the trades, in the field. Do we have that now? Yes, we barely attain that. However, if we decide to scale, because right now it's very clear, scaling is unlimited. The potential to scale is there. However, can we scale effectively? Most likely, it is improbable. It is my opinion, as the president and founder of Yerba Buena, that we should scale. However, that should be at a very, very small percentage, 1 to 3%. Why? We need to avoid hiring bad apples. We need to maintain our small business status. And lastly, if we scale too quickly and bring on too many people that don't have the proper training, we will ensure ourselves to have less safety on the job and less quality on the job, which will affect our reputation. Lastly, will the market allow the market will allow unlimited scaling. Yerba Buena should ensure the following. We hire the right tradesmen. We need to capitalize and make sure that we emphasize that this is a no asshole zone when it comes to hiring new employees or bringing in others from other companies. We need to avoid the mentality of feeding at the trough. The city and county of San Francisco is just throwing work out there. And nature is continuing to get more and more work. However, more and more work is just like feeding at the trough. You're gorging, you're feeding. You're not necessarily adding any benefit to yourself. You're probably actually harming yourself because you're eating so fast and so much that you're causing a health crisis upon yourself. So we need to avoid that mentality. We need to be selective. We've only spoken about the opportunities within San Francisco. That does not include our current clients in San Mateo, our current clients at Caltrans, our federal clients that we work for. Given those opportunities, those percentages would be even further skewed with the opportunities that lie out in front of small businesses in the Bay Area region. So the opportunity for us to be selective over the next 5 and 10 years is critical so that we maintain our profitability, not at a minimal level, but at a maximum level. Additionally, as we all are getting older, we need to plan for the retirement, or the eventual retirement of many of our employees, as all of us. Half the company is over 50 years of age and rapidly approaching retirement. Fortunately, we have been mentoring and bringing in younger men, younger women to continue the legacy that is Yerba Buena. We need to focus this over the next 5 years to bring in the talent that we need so that we can ensure that over the next 10 years, Yerba Buena can maximize its profit without scaling catastrophically and unable to attain the safety, the performance, and the quality that is expected from us. I hope this presentation has been helpful, and I hope you agree with my assessment that the market is unquestionably one of the greatest markets we will ever see. Given the political natures of what we live in, we are blessed to be in California. However, things change rapidly, quickly. So we need to strike while the iron's hot, but strike with pinpoint accuracy at the markets that we want to share and grow comfortably in. Thank you again, and we'll see you next year.